Today we're going to do our first, show from our little studio here.
Yay.
Yeah.
I feel so legit.
Yeah, like too legit to quit, like MC
Official.
Hammer.
Yeah. What's up?
Just like that.
No, I'm just joking.
I can't do it.
What is that?
You don't know that? Too
No, I
young.
do.
Too
I
young.
do.
Okay. So we're going to go over this month is our 1 year anniversary with EXP. So we want to go over our team's pros and cons with joining the firm. So it's going to be focused on really our team, not like every agent that could come or did come or whatever. It's just our team's insights on our pros and cons. And it looks like we've got a lot of pros versus cons, which is good, obviously. So, all right, let's talk about, well, you guys want to introduce yourself? I think everybody knows you guys, right?
They may not know me.
Yeah.
I'm never on video.
Yeah. That's
Hi.
Brittany.
I'm Brittany.
Frost.
Brittany Frost.
Yeah.
I'm the other half.
That's what I was going to say. The other half.
Heather Raleigh.
Yes.
Amy.
Ames.
Harper.
Ames.
Ames to gangsta.
That's going to go, what would you call it? Viral now?
It's going to go viral.
Kind of like sickness?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, come on.
All right.
So,
all right.
the original reason we're here.
Yeah, so pros and cons. Let's start with our first one, which was what? Onboarding?
Yeah.
For
So,
pros, yes.
as a pro, our onboarding I thought went really well, just based on, I know Brittany and I have been to different firms that were local, and we can go in and brick and mortar. I think based on EXP being a cloud-based, not having a brick and mortar, I thought it went really well and smooth as it could go. So I know, Brittany, you dealt with majority of getting us as a team going and getting everything too. So how do you feel about that?
Oh, it was wonderful. The people who handled the onboarding for North Carolina have a really streamlined process to get you guys into the system, get your licenses either activated or transferred depending on the circumstances. And as long as the other firm that you may be leaving releases you quickly, it's all a pretty quick process. So it's just following up and making sure your documentation is submitted and application, and it's all pretty much
Yeah.
it
I know
goes from
for
there.
me, when we switched over, I was out because I had just had a baby, and I was home for a couple of months. Right as we made the switch, I literally had just left the hospital, got home and everything, and obviously I did onboarding, not with you guys. I did it from home, but even doing it from home, like having Brittany there to help guide us through that really helped, because if I can do it from home with a newborn baby, then I think just about anybody can do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
So
not
it was
everybody.
pretty straightforward for me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's a lot of information that goes into it, but, with all the links, and it's pretty broken down. I mean, it's step by step, so I don't think there was any issues, going through it.
And Heather's our best with paperwork getting done first, systems. She
Absolutely.
logs in
She
always
was first one
first.
every time.
Yeah, every time. So Heather doesn't count, okay? The rest of us are kind of dum-dums. And,
Oh,
I wouldn't go
oh, sorry,
far.
Ames. Maybe not.
how do
Just
you
like-
feel?
No,
Speak
but
for
Amy, or Heather and Brittany are really good with that type stuff. So
Well, the company
Amy and I
sends
struggle
out
sometimes.
step-by-step instructions. So
Yeah.
this is, item 1 of onboarding, item 2 of onboarding, item 3, and as long as you follow each one to a T, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yep. Good. All right, on to the next pro. So the next one we want to talk about from a team leader perspective of Brittany and I, the compensation for team members. So most of the brokerages that are standard brokerages are out there, they're going to do a, standard commission split. And for a team leader, that means you can only provide your team members so much money because you're only getting paid so much money. And you really can't move on a lot of companies unless you hit significant type numbers. And it makes it a little more difficult to provide your agents on your team more benefits and compensation. So that's a huge pro for me, is moving over knowing that, it allows the team members to, what I would say is get promoted throughout the year, kind of, or through, they cap, and we'll talk about that too later. But ultimately, that was huge for me, and I really enjoy that with EXP. What do you think, Britt?
Oh, yeah, I agree 100%. We want to reward our agents based on their success, and having the flexibility of the team leader's compensation to increase when they cap allows us to give them more opportunity for their compensation. So and
Yeah.
you can't do that in a lot of other places.
No. Anything else? You guys want to talk about that? No?
No,
Not
I
really.
mean,
I mean,
I like
Thank
the
you.
fact that we can
Yeah.
get promoted.
Get promoted? Yeah, you can.
Sorry.
Yeah, and real quick, before, I mean, I know we're going to talk about a lot, we've got a whole big list of it, but both of these two agents here are exceptional, I want to say, too, to everybody. They've both capped, so you can cap, and we're going to talk about it, but you can cap as a team member, and these two have done a lot of hard work, and they've been capped for months now, right?
Yep.
It's been like 4 or 5 months, I don't know, it seems like it.
Like the beginning of the year.
Yeah, so that's great. All right, next one, what we got?
So the next one is going to be from a team member perspective, you know, kind of just going into some pros that we have. You know, I mean, the whole team obviously gets stocks and rev share, you know, within EXP, which is an opportunity that you don't get with other companies. I mean, for stock purposes, you know, we get stocks at discounted rate. You know, with your very first transaction, you get stocks awarded to you, and then, you know, you can get stocks at the discounted rate. For every transaction that you do, you can opt to have it come out directly out of your check prior to you ever seeing that. So, you know, it's just another source of income for you. And then with the rev share, you know, if you have team members under you, you get that option as well. You know, you get rev share based off of the people under you, which doesn't come from their paycheck. That's strictly from EXP, so that's a plus for everybody.
Yeah. And the fact that EXP doesn't take a franchise fee, which I think we'll talk about more, just eliminating things like that the company doesn't take from our checks helps us to grow in other areas, such as stocks and rev share. So I think that has a big factor because Dave was saying there's really 3 pillars with EXP. You don't just sell houses and then be done with it and save all that money for so many years. And then, you know, hopefully you can retire by 70. You get stocks, you get rev share, you get the benefits of selling houses as a normal real estate agent, but you get bonuses on top of that just being with EXP, whereas other traditional firms, you're not going to get that.
No, absolutely. Yeah, and again, I think from the 3 pillars perspective, there's other agents out there that we've talked to before about coming to EXP, and they always say, well, yeah, but I can get a commission, and I save my money, and then I could do this. You can still do that with EXP. It's not like you can't save your own money and invest it in stocks or invest it in rental properties. Again, with no franchise fee, you're going to make more money. So to do what you want with, but also if you're doing, like Heather said, you take the 5% out of every closing, or you buy into the stock at a discount rate, you know, you're accumulating stuff for later, right? And then if you want to take your commission and put it all in different stuff, you can still do that. It's just EXP is going to award you stock at the same time for just doing real estate. And then the rev share piece is another, you know, again, people think that EXP is out there to recruit, but there's agents that are just doing real estate, you know, and not looking to do that, which is perfectly fine. But if your friends want to come over, why not bring them over? And when they sell something, EXP pays you.
Right.
So, and that's what the rev share is, and it's good. I mean, it helps for sure. So that's what makes it different, EXP different. So, all right. Anything else with that?
No, I think that's...
Yeah. Also, I hope this makes sense because I have it in my head, but I don't know how I'm going to word this. Going into like the franchise fee, by eliminating that, you really get to keep that money and put it back into yourself and reinvest in your business and help grow your business. Whereas, you know, you would think that with another firm, when you're giving that money, that they're giving back to you, but they have to generalize it across the board for all agents. They can't specify, you know, putting that money back into you as an agent.
Yep.
So
Individually, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, you know, since we're on franchise, we might as well, we'll just knock it out. I mean, kind of talking about, but you're right, absolutely. So our last year in our last brokerage, it was like $25,000 in franchise fees. So all of that money we gained back to put into this business. I mean, we've got a videographer, we've got, you know, obviously all this stuff and an office, and, you know, you put it back into the business to help grow your business versus you're paying a franchise that fee every transaction, and most agents aren't even using anything that the franchise is providing them. Now, the individual franchise owner there may provide like office space and personnel and things like that. That's something different, but you're sending the 6% or whatever to the franchise. You're not going to use those pamphlets or whatever, right? I mean, we hardly ever used any of that. I don't remember using any of that stuff, but some stuff here and there, but not enough. No? Britt smiles.
I use envelopes.
Yeah, which, you know, saving that $25,000, we could buy a lot of envelopes. So that's okay. Yeah, I'd take that. So, all right. So what's the next one? Capping.
Capping.
Okay. Who wants to talk about capping? You want to talk about that, Britt, or no? As a pro, I mean.
As a pro, well, capping is a benefit because Many people are aware of how EXP works when it comes to their commission splits. Everybody comes over with an 80-20 split with a $16,000 cap. So what that means is after so many transactions, EXP is going to collect 20% from each transaction up to $16,000. At that point, that agent goes to 100% commission. The amount of money we paid in franchise fees alone last year over what we take to cap, and that alone, it just amazes me because that's money that we will never see again. But with capping, you get 100% of your commission thereafter, and with a $16,000 capping agent, you actually get stock awarded too, return back in your pocket, something you don't see from any of that loss of money you give when you commission split and franchise fees with other traditional firms. So,
And the capping from a team member, is that down on our list? Team member cap?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hand in hand. I mean,
Is it? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, from for a team member, our capping is 8,000 versus the 16,000, so it's a little bit easier for us to cap. And I don't really want to go into cons yet, but
Yeah, it's easier for you to cap if you do the work you two do.
right.
But yeah, I mean, and that's I guess a con for most people is, and I've heard it before. Everybody doesn't cap, and all that.
absolutely.
Well, yeah, but again,
gotta put in the
remember,
work
it gives you
to
the
get there.
opportunity to
Right,
cap, right?
absolutely.
Most firms don't give you the opportunity. That's what you have to look at. Is there an opportunity for me to move up and make more money? Yes. Opportunity over here? No. I mean, you got to sell so much to then jump up a little bit of commission, but not to make 100% of whatever percentage you're making or at 100%. So
Correct.
for the team members, it's an $8,000 cap, and then they go to a certain level, and then they make 100% of that percentage. But it's,
If the
way
numbers
different
break down,
than-
you still make more, no matter where you're at. If you have an awesome team member who looks out for your best interests in mind and makes sure that you're making the most of your money in your business, you're gonna always make more. So, and that really is what it boils down to, is putting
Yeah.
the money to your guys' business.
Right.
So.
And this is kind of a little bit, it has to do with capping, but it was just a little thing that Heather and I actually learned relatively around the same time because we capped kind of close together. Was I remember when I was getting ready to cap, I remember thinking, okay, one more house and I'll cap. And I was just barely there. I needed like just a couple $100s to cap. And I remember the house that was closing was a little bit higher in price range. And I thought, man, like it sucks that I'm capping on this house because I'm not going to see that. But what they did was they only took what they needed in order to get me to that 8,000 and then push the rest back to me.
And
Yep.
100%.
So
Yep.
yes,
Yeah.
so that was really awesome because I was thinking, oh no, like I'm not going to see that money back until the next house now. But they didn't
Right.
take more than what they needed to take to get back to their agents,
Yep.
which was nice.
Yep.
Yeah, Dave had the
Great
same
point.
thing.
Yeah.
He was like $147 away from capping, and it was a $400,000 sale. And we're like, oh my gosh, how does this work? First time for everything. And we saw that they only took the 147, and then
Yep.
the commission was then
Yeah.
accounted for appropriately.
Yes.
So it was awesome.
I think that goes back into the cloud-based. Oh, that's going to go back down. Dang, I'm jumping ahead. We'll talk about. I might forget it, but that goes into being a cloud-based firm. They track everything way more than everybody thinks. Better,
Oh, yeah.
and we go into a lot of other things. We're going to go into pros of that, but that's one of those things that you think based on the separation of we're
Right.
here and they're in Seattle, Washington area. I mean, you think, oh, they're not going to catch, and you get your money, and you're like, oh, they did catch it.
Yep.
They're on it. So,
I
okay.
want to go back real quick to something you had said, Dave. You had said, a lot of agents think that it's impossible to cap, and I know Amy and myself, like you said, we capped fairly quickly. And
Yeah.
as long as you're putting in the work, I mean, even with COVID and, everything shutting down, the
Having
move
babies.
to EXP, like everything.
Brand new agents.
Yeah, we were less than a year
Basically.
in at the time. Amy and I both capped pretty quick considering. So, I mean,
Absolutely.
as long as you put in the work, I think it's very, very doable.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that goes into, me, the pet peeve. You got to put in the work. People, you two work your asses off. Are you going to bleep that? Okay, that's a good one, right? Now, but you guys do. You work hard, and I think people get some kind of thought in real estate like it's, a lot of money. I could do part-time. I could do. Look, it's hard. If you want to really make good money, you got to push, and you two push every day. I mean, everybody on our team does. So it just you two are here, in this video, but and you guys are the leaders, so you guys deserve that. But I mean, everybody doesn't cap, but you guys surely cap fast. And considering all the excuses, baby and COVID first year, and we moved, and all this crap, man. Every other agent, for the most part, will use as much excuses, and you guys didn't. You pushed, and you. So very proud of you guys. You guys did awesome there. It was good.
We have a good leader.
Aw.
That's Brittany.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, we have a good team. That's why. I mean,
Yeah.
we all work together, so we all. All right, what do we got next? Branch office. Yeah.
I could talk about that. So branch
Okay.
office, there is a misconception that EXP is only cloud-based and you can only work from home. That's actually inaccurate. If you are a licensed firm, so for example, a Frost Real Estate team, we're a licensed firm, we can have what we call a branch office, which allows us to have a brick and mortar so that our team and those who are underneath our team can work from. Branch office.
So it goes back into that franchise fee. We use that franchise fee to have our own office. So now we, each agent, we have places to come if they want to, come in and work. And, now we've moved again. So we got two offices now combined, which is awesome. So, but we use that money to do it. So that's how we're a branch office, which is great.
There is a process to apply for it. It's all through your state, but nonetheless, it's a benefit that most people aren't aware or tracking that as an opportunity for EXP agents to have.
And it's not hard to do. It's just a couple steps, right? I mean, yeah. So,
If you have somebody like me,
yeah, that makes it easier.
Yes,
Probably a lot
definitely.
harder for me to do it. Probably you're right. Yeah, it'd be a lot harder for
We'd
me.
be so lost
Yeah.
without you, Britt.
Yeah, we'd be kind of. We'd figure it out
no,
eventually. Okay.
Heather would.
Yeah, Heather would help us
definitely
through
step in.
paperwork.
She would
Brittany and I
definitely step
Heather
in.
would read
Yep,
it like,
so-
hey guys, that's what she said. Hey guys, that's what Heather always. Hey
listen,
guys,
Don't
I
make
think
fun
we
of me
need.
on here. Come on.
I think we need to read this. This says this. And me
the
and Amy
backup
like,
work
well,
mom.
what?
Reason.
Me and Amy's like way over. What?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. I
As
don't
long
know.
as we don't forget to put shelves in or something like that. Anyways,
Yeah. All right.
Next.
Next, we had training.
training.
There's lots of it.
There's lots of availability for training. I think it's
Yes.
over 15 or 16 courses a day virtually, but also live videos, if you want to take part of that. I'll be honest, I haven't taken part of any of that really yet. Some things I had to do, yes, some things I did, but most I haven't. But
But it's there if you
but
need
it's,
it.
yes, it's there. So, you can't get that at a regular brokerage. You're going to meet once a week. Maybe once a month in some brokerages, and
Once
they
a
do a
quarter.
little bit of training at that point. But this one, and it's not just EXP training, it's, lead gen, it's scheduling, it's business, it's taxes, it's creating a team, it's it's all of that.
Accounting. I mean, there's
Right.
anything that you can think of when it comes to your business and bettering yourself as a real estate agent. EXP has thought of it all.
Yep.
So, and a lot of the stuff people, you think it's state specific, but business in general is not state specific. It's
Yeah.
it's branding, building, establishing finances, everything that comes to business. You don't need to be in North Carolina to
Right.
teach somebody about that stuff. So,
Yeah. It's a lot
And
out
with
there.
the training too, like you have EXP World, which is obviously the cloud-based too, but if you have questions and there's not a training that day, you go in and you can pull up the schedule for pretty much anything you want.
Yep.
And it gives you the date, the
Yep.
time that you can go online and attend these classes too.
Absolutely.
So it's helpful.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Yep. Anything, Ames? No? All right.
Nope.
All right, good. All right. Now we want cloud-based
We've
firm?
kind of been talking about that too. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, I think that being at the top, maybe there's a lot of things that fall under that cloud-based that is a pro for us. The branch office piece, some other things we'll talk about later. But yeah, being a cloud-based, I like it because it, we get to pick who we choose to work with. And under in EXP, that's another pro, which I don't think we have that. We have an upline piece we talk about, but ultimately you get to pick and choose who you want to work with and partner with in EXP. So the cloud-based allows us to do that, and we can expand wherever we want under the branch office piece, and so it all works together. So, but anything else for cloud-based?
Well, I mean, and being that I like to handle a lot of the stuff at the back end, this is more something that I kind of deal with a lot more often than the agents need to, because my goal ultimately is to support them. So, for example, if you have a question about commission or accounting or disbursement or anything like that, or something doesn't look right, you literally just log into the World, which is the cloud-based firm, walk into the accountant office, draw a number and they pull you into a private room. You have a conversation about that transaction, and at that point, by the time you leave the office, you know your answer. So it's just one of those things that most traditional firms offer too. You can just walk into the office. You don't see the difference. You don't feel like you're not having the support you would have at just a traditional brokerage with a brick and mortar. You feel that in EXP too. Even though it's through your computer, it doesn't change. The process is still the same. So and I honestly feel like EXP has a way better efficient process with everything, because you may have an accountant office or a transaction management person that walks in who they don't remember your transaction, or they can't recall it off the top of their head. They have to research it. EXP the same way, but their note taking and accountability of their agents is top notch. Like, anybody can log into their system and look at any transaction, and they can answer every single question for you. I mean, you can't get that anywhere.
Right.
So
Yeah, see, I didn't know that.
yeah, I can call about any one of my
email the
agents.
people.
Yeah.
An email.
Yeah, that's
Quick response time most of the time. So.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true. Yeah, because even though it's not in person, you can't walk into an office, you still feel the support. And they're on top of everything, too. I mean, you get your commission disbursement days before you even hit closing.
Yep.
And if there's any kind of issue or you need to change anything, you email them and it's same day.
Yep.
It's so quick.
Absolutely.
That's something I don't think that's on the pro part that I want to touch base on is transaction management is phenomenal. I always use the term Nazi when it comes to it, but they are document transaction Nazis. Like, if you want to make sure that your ducks are in a row with the company from top to bottom, this is the company to be. They will not let you through without your stuff being squared away, and that is something that every agent needs, because some of us are really, really good with our documentation and everything is done properly, and then others kind of push the bar and hope for the best. And but EXP doesn't allow that. They have a phenomenal transaction management team. Each team is actually state specific, which some of you guys may not know. Even though they're cloud based, every state has transaction managers that monitor all of our transactions per state, so that they're done according to each state's commission. So you are well taken care of with knowledgeable people who completely and totally understand the process of every state you're in. So.
Yep. Yep. No, I agree. Right? We just did some training on, agreeing, understand,
I understand.
I agree.
Well, to caveat off of that, something that I think not a lot of people really think about when switching firms or even looking at EXP is how fast you get paid.
Yeah.
Because we did have the experience of coming from a traditional brokerage. We knew what it was like to get paid out, and it's a process sometimes, and it can be delayed days, sometimes a week. You never know. But honestly, at least, for me, like with closings, I'm usually picking up my checks same day, which makes it, really fast process. And even the times where I needed to do a direct deposit, because some attorneys won't cut the checks, which is fine. Even then, I'll get paid like the
next
following
day.
day. It's
Right.
really fast turnaround. So
Absolutely.
Well, and back to what you were talking about, we get the disbursements ahead of time. So if there is an issue, we're not waiting till the day the check is cut to have
Right.
to wait again for everything to get corrected and then another check cut. Like
Right.
we can check it all up front, sometimes 3-4 weeks in advance,
Yes.
depending
Yep.
on how long the transaction is, and then get it all fixed. So the day we're closing,
It's
Everything's
straight.
already been verified.
Right.
And I
Again, the luxury of having document Nazis, transaction
Yeah,
management
I
Nazis.
think, I think the oversight is great. It is sometimes it's like, oh my God, but it's for a good reason. And then,
is.
again, EXP has done a great job, being that they're cloud based. They really have honed in on how to service all the agents in different states and make sure the process is just goes right through smooth. So yeah, I think it's a huge pro. And coming in, I was a little concerned with that, not having somebody to have to go to the office, because everybody's so, being a real estate agent for so many years, you're used to that brick and mortar. Somebody's there that, that you go in there, but I would wait a week. Most of the things that we got answers on, we figured out ourselves. We really, in most of the brokerages, we just kind of stumbled along and we figured it out. We read, we watched something, and we had to figure it out. So, but EXP has made it pretty smooth for especially pay and that type stuff. So.
Yep. Transaction
right.
management, absolutely.
So let's go into expanding your team. So the good thing about EXP is they're in all the states, and you can expand your team. So if you're a team leader, or if Heather has a friend, in Florida or California wants to join EXP, they can, and Heather can help her, and then sponsor her in. So you can expand your partners easy.
Outside of the area in which you work in.
Yep, and another good thing about EXP is their compensation plan is the same. It's not like backdoor kind of deals where, hey, I'll give you this, I'll give you that. They don't get this, but you do, and it's just everybody's the same. So it's easy to remember, and Heather can say, hey, look at you're coming on a team, you're this. You go on yourself, it's 80-20, blah blah. It's just a lot easier and simpler, but it's easy to expand in different states, and a lot of the major teams and agents, that's what they've done. They've expanded because those agents in different states aren't getting the training, the mentorship, and then they want to partner with like Amy, because they see Amy's capped, Amy's producing. Hey, I want to call Amy and see how Amy's doing, and then Amy will now take the time to help me because of the rev share. Because now agents like Heather may not be a team leader, but if she's got two in your downline or whatever, so if they call Heather, she's going to help them, because she also gets some rev share. So the company says, hey Heather, I know your friends are going to probably ask you a lot of questions, probably some more than others, and then you're going to get compensated now for it. And that's how it should be, because a lot of people in real estate, you'll hear Kyle Whistle and Jay Kinders and all them that have these huge teams, or they would train agent after agent after agent who would then leave. And the only time they got compensated to help people was if they were on their team and stayed on their team. Versus the EXP now, if you help them, you make some rev share. So that's how you expand your team and expand one of your pillars, right? For more money coming in and helping people as well. Anything else on that? No? James, good?
That's pretty much covered.
Yep. All right, so what's that? We already talked about franchise fee. So no franchise fee. That's a good one. That's good. Ruel's like, just get this over with. This camera.
Not even halfway through the pros.
We're almost there, Ruel. We're getting through. All right. So collaboration and global network. This is something that I did not even think about, and I've truly valued even more. I mean, I've talked to Veronica Figueroa. I mean, she's outstanding out of Orlando, Florida. Like, she is killing it out there. Huge. Jay Kinder is who our upline is, right? And them guys, Jay Kinder, Al Stasic, and Michael Reese, they're there to help. They've sold hundreds upon hundreds of houses. They've coached. They've done all kinds of things. So being able just to reach out to them. Kyle Whistle, I've talked to numerous times. I've talked to Tina Call. I mean, these are huge agents in different markets that are willing to help us and not even get rev share. So that's something I really value. And I think you guys have all used our Honey Badger group and stuff like that to kind of our network to do things. But I really appreciate that collaboration, because no matter what anybody says, you have top agents in every firm, and some of those agents are not going to want to help the new agents. They're not going to give them the secrets, is what they call it. They're not going to take the time out to give them certain things, right? All of our agents, EXP, I'm telling you, the collaboration is totally different. You have to be involved to understand it, but it's way different than I've ever had person or
It's
with
absolutely one of the most supportive national companies you could ever be a part of.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you're located. I'll use this as an example. I'm prepping a spreadsheet, and I'm having problems figuring out a formula so my numbers calculate properly. I post in our network, and I get a response from somebody in Florida, and they answer my question, and I fix it. I mean, there's not a lot of places that you can do that, where people are just full of just information that they want to share, and they care about your success as much as we care about theirs. So.
Yep, absolutely. Anything, Heather or Amy, about that?
I think that having it set up that way, having a global network like that, makes it easy to reach out to other agents too. Like if you have a friend, like you said, like, I don't know, in Florida, and she wants to buy a house, you're not just saying, all right, fill out this form and they'll put you in the system, and you'll just get somebody, because
Right.
you don't know. You get to actually go into your global network and see, hey, who services this area?
Yep.
I have somebody for you, and you know that they're going to be in good hands.
Right.
So
And there's
vice
no
versa
and there's
too.
no referral fee off of that.
Yeah.
It's a referral fee
Right,
coming back
right,
to you,
right.
but like
Coming back to
you don't have to pay EXP money
Yes.
aside
Right.
from like the last time we had Global Network, we
Yeah,
had to pay referrals back to.
Pretty much, we are able
do the same thing.
to offer our clients the most top service because we're able to truly look out for their best interests, and that comes from relocation to any sort of purchasing, buying, investing. If maybe we're not good with short sales, not that we aren't, but maybe we're not good and we have an agent or a client in Wilmington, we just reach out to our Wilmington network and find the right agent that fits their needs. I mean, that's all you can ask for. The
We
only
get to choose it, though,
You get
like
to
Ames
choose
was
it.
saying,
You get to
too.
pick the person that
Right.
you know would work best for your client because nobody knows your client better than you do. So
Right. Yep. All right. Anything else with that one? All right. Next one is more mastermind events and conventions. EXP holds more kind of what I would call mastermind groups and events than anybody because, again, each agent has a lot of these top agents have developed a business more than just. It's not just like real estate transactions. We're dealing with more business like. So they're having all these big mastermind events in what they just had one in Cabo. I mean, holy crap, that was, people went there, they were there for, a couple of days. Grant Cardone was there, obviously Glenn Sanford was there, a lot of top agents, and we're allowed to go to those. Obviously, you got to pay to get there, but
any convention though.
Yeah, that's
Any
right. I mean,
convention.
it's not just like one company, hey, here's our annual convention. Okay, okay. Great. I mean, they're good. You learn a lot, but there's only one opportunity usually. Here agents are throwing them type of things all over. Kyle Whistle throws, a videographer type marketing one. He does it. It's great, that one. Jay Kinner throws one. Brent Gove throws a few.
Brent's throwing a Cabo 2.0 and
Right,
next
Scottsdale,
week,
Arizona.
actually.
Yeah, I think it's in Scottsdale, Arizona. Yeah, but it's happening all over the place, and then a lot of top agents go there. You guys will link up. It's way different. Again, it's undervalued. I believe that piece. So
And what's
Yep.
good about that too, like just from the networking pages that that we're a part of and everything, when those events come up, I mean, they sell out fast.
fast,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
Everybody-
it's
People
probably
are
a con.
looking for tickets. People
gotta,
are
like, holy
looking for
crap.
Well, I
tickets.
mean,
Yeah.
but it's a good thing that like EXP agents want to go.
Oh, yeah.
They're excited about the company. So
Yep, absolutely makes sense. What's the next one? We were talking about getting paid.
We talked about file oversight details too.
Yep, commission
the
disbursement.
Nazis.
Yep. So the next one, we're moving down, Ruel. We're getting down there. Branding. So who brought that up? Was that
I
you,
did.
Amy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that EXP allows each of us to brand our teams or even you as an agent more than EXP. EXP just cares what, just a little bit of a logo somewhere. Other than that, it could be your face, your team, your name, your logo. I mean, it's all about the agent,
Right.
which is way different, right?
Yep.
Is that what you
The
were thinking
screen
about?
behind you.
Yeah, with our screen behind us. Yeah, look at that. Huh?
I feel like
We
that
do have
falls
EXP
into
though.
EXP wanting you to be a successful business as an agent too.
Yep. Yeah, it's
Being
more
able to
agent
brand
focused.
yourself and not have to worry about all the little details, what you can and can't do.
Yep.
Get to have fun with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Your signs, you can have 10 different signs, which is way different. Before every other firm, you got to have them on it. It's got to be a certain way. Yeah, you can put your name on it or a name writer, but that's it. Can't mess with the logos or nothing. Yeah, it's different. So I like it a lot better.
There's still compliance that we have to abide by, like any other company, but they still allow the individuality, and that's something that it's hard to find. So
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Workplace resource. That
that's
was you, Britt.
me. That's me. So workplace. Everybody knows Facebook. Facebook is a great place for you to meet up, socialize, get to know people, message them, whatever. EXP offers Workplace, which is basically Facebook for EXP, and anything and everything you could think of when it comes to communication, stocks, award, agent attraction, North Carolina brokerage compliance. Everything is on there. There's groups, there's pages, there's individual agents, and it is a hugely large, vast network of resource that you don't get through most firms. And I appreciate it because I can jump on there if I have a stock question or if I have a question about agent retention, or I'm looking to, do mentorship program for new agents. That everything is on there, and I think people take it for granted, not knowing it, and so that is a huge source of knowledge for me. And I mean, people say EXP, the rumor is you can't get a hold of your managing broker or your broker in charge or a lot of the other people that are in your upline or whatever. I shoot a text to our managing broker and they respond within minutes. So I want to take that concern and throw it out the door, because that's what that is there for, is for communication. It's an open door. It's basically open door is what it is. So.
Well, it's another piece to not just having to go into EXP World, because I haven't really went into the world much. Have you guys went in there?
No.
I mean,
I did on my last computer.
I was there
the one
yesterday.
I-
yeah, I mean, I think you probably go on Brent more than we do. But I mean, so you have the EXP World. That's what everybody talks about when you have the what are they called? Not the emojis, but what's it called?
Avatars.
The emojis.
Emojis, whatever, right? So the avatar, yeah. But I mean, you can go into a workplace and usually get your answer fast too. I mean,
It's like you're calling them
quick.
on the phone, but you're
Yeah.
talking to an avatar.
Yep. Yeah. In workplace.
In workplace too, it's just like
Oh, I was
Facebook.
like,
Think
talking to
about
an avatar,
Facebook. You can
workplace.
call them, you can message them, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
chat them, you can
Yeah.
tag them. It's
Abundance of resources.
yes,
Yeah.
that's
absolutely.
something
for
that
you.
EXP will never lack.
Right.
Is resources.
Opportunities to
And opportunities.
help you out. Okay. What's next?
Enterprise. EXP
Upline.
Enterprise. Oh, upline.
Your upline. We have a list behind Ruel who's filming this, so you know, so we keep track. But these are all our pros still, so
I
that's
know.
good. I mean, geez, oh man. So our upline, we talked a little bit about that, right? Like it's good to be able to reach up. You know, I like to reach up. You can reach out. You know, reach down. That's how you expand your business. But we can reach up. You know, and find out a lot of good info, which we do, I think. And we have a good group. Jay Kinder, we fall under his group. Al Stasic and Michael Reese, which is the Honey Badger group, is what they named it.
Honey
so.
Badger Nation.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Appreciate that, because honestly, that's the majority of where we go out for networking. There's so many other places, but our group, our upline is so vast that we really don't need to go that much further outside of it. We will post in there if we need agents in Florida, or we have say you bring on an agent in Florida. We brought in an agent in Florida, Christine Betancourt. She is one of our team agents who actually is licensed in both North Carolina and Florida. On Honey Badger Nation, I reached out and looking for a team for her to join down there because she relocated. So that's something that you can't do with a traditional firm.
No.
You know, that's where the majority of our networking is for referral businesses, everything. So you have to appreciate that. And
Yeah.
I tell you what, every person on there is positive, professional, resourceful. I mean, you can't
Can't beat it.
beat it.
Yeah, I would also say like reaching out to your upline as well. They want to help you because your success will help drive their success.
Exactly
Because
right.
there's a benefit to it. They're not just helping you and then, you know, go on to your thing. I'm not
Right.
going to talk to you again. Or but you reap the benefits of helping people become more
Yep.
successful.
Yep.
So everyone is wanting to help people.
Has a
because
leg
it's
in the
gonna-
game, yeah.
Yes, it's going to help everyone in the long run.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's another big piece that people are missing. The people who are negative about EXP are talking about the rev share. Oh, it's a recruiting. Oh, it's a multi-level market. You know, but they don't understand. Like if you're in real estate for so long and you're training a lot of people and you get a gift card for doing that, right? That's a gift card. Like you spend a lot of time. You know, you two are now, you know, successful. You guys are going to double to triple, maybe quadruple your production from last year, right? You know, for your time is valuable. So if you're going to help an agent and you take 2 hours of your time, that agent may not feel like it's a big deal. It's a big deal. You two are a business as we are as a team, and you know, I believe each agent should be compensated, and that's what I love about EXP is they've already figured that out. They say like if Heather has somebody who wants to come over, we need to compensate Heather because we know those agents are going to be calling Heather and saying, Heather, how do you do this? I want to come over and be with you. I want to do. You should be compensated for that. It's a good thing, agents. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Yeah, but some agents want to say it's.
And I just want to remind everybody that the compensation that we're referring to comes out from that 20% split that
Yeah.
EXP collects. It does not come out of the
Yeah.
agent's commission.
Heather said that earlier too.
Yep.
A little bit
Yeah.
about that. Yeah. All right. What else?
Good stuff.
Ames, you want to talk about the utility connect? And,
Yes. Yeah, so we're going to talk about enterprise in a second, but within enterprise, there are we have preferred vendors, which I mean, from an agent standpoint, it makes it really simple for us to be able to go in there and, like, for example, Utility Connect. In the past, we would just, rely on our clients to set all that stuff up, but to make it very smooth and seamless for us and for the clients, we just send them a link, they go into the link, put in their information, and then from one source, they can set everything up right there instead of figuring out, who do I need to call next, especially if they're new to the area and they don't know the different service providers. It just makes it very simple and straightforward for the client and
Yep.
also us.
Yep. And I would say before we had Alicia, who's our transaction coordinator, admin, and her and Brittany really helped push the team in every aspect besides just sales almost. But Alicia would handle a lot of that too, and she does a lot of that still, as far as helping people with utilities. But before, that's how we had to set it up. We had to have that because we didn't have a utility connect or something like that a company would offer. I think right before we left, the last company we had something similar. There was a lot of issues with that though, and it had nothing to do with the last company. It was the company they used, but I know I had a lot of complaints on that. But ultimately, so that it's good to have. Yeah. Anything else with that? No.
That's it.
Enterprise. So enterprise is where you log in as a EXP agent, and really you see your whole business, which is awesome. I think it's probably another undervalued thing. You go right in there. You can go right to your stock options, see where your stock's at. You can go in and, well, now they moved this rev share, but you can go into your rev share, see what you're getting that month for rev share.
Transactions.
What's that? Yeah, then you can go into your transactions, see where you are with, how much you're going to make on these. They already have it all in there. They have in there your cap. So every closing, every transaction, say how much go into your cap and stuff like. So you could track your cap. It's so organized. It's very business-like. So
It's user friendly.
and it's I mean, if I know a little, you see, I know a lot about it. If I know, it's very user-friendly. If it's a lot of details, forget it. I'm out the window. Yeah, I have no idea. So, but I think it's pretty undervalued, and I love it. It's just easy to keep track of stuff. So, what do you guys think? Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, also within enterprise, like Amy was saying, a lot of the preferred vendors and stuff, like, we can go in
Oh,
there
yeah.
straight for the warranty company, buying and selling side. America's Preferred, we can go to that, the Utility Connect. I mean, there's resources for
Marketing
agents,
materials.
marketing material, like, it covers a lot.
Yeah.
So-
And if you have questions, the EXP Explorer Guide is on there too, which
There you go.
answers pretty much everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And especially for agents who are on teams, like not all team leaders like you guys will give agent recognition. It makes it easy to fall under the Frost Real Estate team and Dave Frost because at the end of the year we can go back and track the numbers. But it's nice, I mean, even with agent recognition, we
Yep.
can still go into enterprise and see what are we doing? What is our production looking like? What do we need to make in order
Right.
to hit that cap?
Yeah, and Amy's talking about more like teams, at least around here, is always going to team leader's name for the most part. And then each team member, nobody recognizes their names. But on our team, we do that different. Each of them, it's their listing, everything's in their names. So that's a little different. Yeah. Okay. I want to say one more pro is the Icon, program. So what most people don't know is once you hit your cap, then you got to hit another cap, right? A $5,000 cap, right? Yeah, I want to make sure I'm right here. And then you become Icon status, right? And a lot of people don't always hit that, but there are a lot that do. The thing I love about that piece is it requires the agent who hits Icon to now give back to the EXP community. So you either teach classes, you have to teach classes, you have to be on, if you want to get awarded the additional stock that they give you. So then you have to be a part of training other EXP agents and mentoring and doing some other things. So training courses, and then there's, you could be on the iConversations where you're on a panel, something similar like this, and talking about some topics. You can, no, I don't know. I got a brain fart. Those two are the main things. There's some other things you could do too. Be a part of the mentorship program where you can now mentor agents. So if you don't have a team, even if you have a team, you can do the mentorship. But ultimately, you got to do that stuff, and then you get awarded some more stock by EXP. But again, it goes back into the top agents are giving back the info and how they're doing it to help the other EXP agents grow. And they're getting awarded stock options to do that from the company. No other company does that. I just find that unbelievable.
A lot of companies don't even require their top agents to do any sort of training. They pretty much are on their own little island of success, and those that may have a team, they have a team, but they pretty much keep it to themselves,
team, yeah.
whereas EXP sees the success of their agents, and those ones who are truly successful, they require them to offer whatever they can to the EXP community, like you said, and that's something you never see. Sharing your secrets.
Right.
They want you to share your secrets
Yeah.
because it makes the company successful as well. So
Yep. All right. So now we're on to the cons. Not many, Ruel. We just got like 4 or 3.
3.
Yeah. All right. So here's our cons from our team's perspective about joining EXP. So go ahead. One of you guys want to start on that one, right?
So
You can start. You know, you just talked about icon status.
Yeah, it goes right into it.
So for us, it's a pro for them.
Yeah.
For team members, though, it's a con as far as icon status because half cappers, you know, if we cap at 8,000, we don't have the opportunity to reach the icon status, so we don't get the extra stock, you know,
Yep.
once icon is reached. I mean, obviously, reaching 8,000 is a little bit different than 16,000 and above, you know, doing that excess.
Yeah.
But that's just a con on our side, you know. Of course, our team leaders make up for it for us, so it's helpful for us. But as far as like EXP and the company, you know, I would say that's probably
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
of the biggest cons for us.
Also, to tie into that, as far as capping goes, where like a normal agent, they'll get half that back in stocks, awarded back to them, which they basically go, you know, they reinvest right back into the agent. But with us being half cappers, we don't see that. So once we reach that 8,000, we don't get the half, you know, put back into stocks for us. But personally, for me, I feel like there's so many benefits and so many pipelines of success, and to be able to have different options, not just selling houses and getting paid that money, that it makes up for being a half capper, I guess you would say.
Right.
Right. And still being on a team, like obviously you have to have a good team. I think we have a great team, but ultimately, you know, you're still able to cap and make more money and
Right.
still get stock options.
right.
It's just the icon program. Yeah, you're not going to be able to get that extra, you know, from award from it. And but yeah, that is a con, I think, because some of you guys deserve that, and I think some of you would be great leaders in a training program to do
yeah.
things to help other agents. But yeah, so all right. Next con is what is it? Time frame of stock options provide. You know,
So how long it
awarded.
takes for us to get awarded?
Yeah, so the stocks are. We found out. I think Heather found out first. Really, is what we got to accumulate $250 worth of stock
Correct.
up front. You know, before we see it reflect into our stock options, and then that's usually about a month and a half.
Yeah, so the dates are a little different. I haven't got that perfectly worked out.
Yeah.
But, you know, it comes out to about a month and a half before you actually see that stock. But, I mean, again, if
The
you're
more
putting in the hard
successful.
work, and you're getting there, then it's not going to
comes
take any
faster.
time to get to
Yeah.
that
Yep.
250.
The more productive you are, the more productive your stocks will be.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
it's still at a discounted price, even
Yep.
if it's taking a little bit longer to make up
Right.
that
Yep.
amount. So
And how I look at that is too. I mean, although I agree it is a con, it just takes some time. You're like, you know, I closed 10 houses by then. You know, it's kind of there it is. But it's one of those long term things for me. I'm not really concerned with those. You know, it's just I want it to accumulate. So then later on, when I'm done with real estate, I have it and you know bring
And
it
I
out.
mean, it's an investment. It's
Yeah.
not,
Right.
why
Right.
would you take advantage of the stock? Because it's not an automatic thing. You have to opt
Right.
into this program. You know, why would you do it if you're concerned about having to pull it out the next
Right.
year?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
immediately. So,
Absolutely.
that's
Yep.
a good point.
I
Yep.
mean, it can be a con, but I mean, at the same time, like if you're using it as
Yep.
the investment, then you don't really have to worry about
Absolutely.
it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. What's the next one?
Sky slope.
Brittany.
All right, so we've
Yeah.
talked quite a bit about transaction management. EXP does offer their agents a free transaction management system. It's called SkySlope. It's pretty much where you are accountable for all your documentation. So you submit any contracts, any associated documents, everything goes through SkySlope. And SkySlope is where, once that's all said and done and all your ducks are in a row, your documents have been reviewed and approved, that's how you get paid. However, SkySlope is the con because it is not a user-friendly program. We don't care much for it. It's not effective, and it's not efficient whatsoever, at least to us, based off of our past experiences with other management systems. You are still obligated to use SkySlope. No matter what you do, you still have to use it. Our resolution to its effectiveness is dot loop. So what we do is we do all of our transactions through dot loop. Everything's signed, signatured, filled out through there. But then we'll take those files and then upload them to SkySlope so that we meet the SkySlope requirements in order for our team and our agents to get paid. It's just one extra step, but it's really not that big of an extra step. It's a preference for us thing, but you may like SkySlope. I mean, everyone's experiences are different. And again, EXP does have training options on how to use SkySlope to its fullest capabilities every Monday at 11 a.m. our time. So it's there
Yeah. And I
to
think,
use.
I think too, like a first time agent coming on that hasn't had experience with other,
Right.
Absolutely.
programs, they're not going to know.
They
the
don't know any
difference of it.
difference. That's
So
right.
It's just using other ones and knowing the different types out there. It
Yep.
just
Right, and it's free.
It's
you know,
free.
so-
it's free. You don't have to pay for it.
Yep.
So it's good.
And again, if you go from a different company or even as a team leader and you go to EXP, you can really cut out a lot of your budget to go to EXP and save a lot more money. Like they have KV Core as a lead gen
Generation.
system. So we use Boomtown, but ultimately, if we wanted to, we switch over. We would save a lot of money going into that system. Same thing with SkySlope. If we didn't have dot loop, we can go to SkySlope. That saves us so much a month, so much a year. So as an agent, or a team leader, if you're looking to maybe make a move, that would be something to think about. Is EXP has things there at a cheaper rate for you that you could still function as a team and still do similar things for free. Well, KV Core's not be free. A little bit of it is free.
The
but
CRM
then,
aspect is free.
yeah, if you want to do any some extras with some leads and some other things, then it's going to be a little bit more money, but still cheaper than most. So, so that's kind of a pro too. But but that was it. That's our cons. We don't have many.
Yeah.
So that's
Much
good.
shorter.
Yeah, much shorter.
Yeah.
Where I was like, oh my
like,
god. Yeah. Sorry, Ruel. Yeah. But that's it. So that was our 1 year outlook on EXP. I think we really enjoy EXP. I think they've been great. I know at least I feel that way. So
I think we all agree with that.
yeah, I think we do, and our team's grown. So be on the lookout for a lot more of these videos. We will have the other team members on it as well. I know they're probably standing outside the door.
What's for lunch?
Asking what's for lunch, but then also probably wanting to
Question.
be in here and be on the video. So be on the lookout for more videos.
Yeah.
Yep. Good.
See you guys in the next one.
See you next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.